Hello everyone, Zach from AI Automation Elite. Today we're going to look at connecting data for SEO to N8N. Now, if you're doing anything with keywords, you know that the big players out there are very expensive. SEMrush and Ahrefs and Ubersuggest. They can cost anywhere from $40 to $500 a month. For most of us, that's far more than we will ever need, but we do need SERP, we do need keyword ideas and things like that. So data for SEO is your ticket. It's prepaid. They have a ton of options on here, and you can go through it and check it out. However, the setup is a little weird, especially in N8N. So we're going to take a minute, going to get you set up. All you have to do, follow the steps. You should be good to go. So let's get started. All right, great. The first thing that we need to do is you need to create an account. And when you create an account, you will go to API access. And you will start with a balance of $1. They give you $1. It runs about 3 to 5 cents per keyword, primary keyword, that will give you hundreds of keywords back, depending how many you're trying to do. I'll have other videos on N8N automations for keywords and SERPs and all of that. This is just about how to get this set up so you don't have to watch it every single time. All right, so when you're on API access, you're going to notice you have API login and API password. If you've just set this account, you'll probably be able to see the password. I think it says it lasts for about 24 hours. And then after that, if you need it again, you have to have it sent to you by email. If your password is compromised, reset API password, and then you'll have access to that. You will need these two pieces of information. And to make it easier to show you, I'm going to have fake information for both of these, but that way you can actually see it happening. So the first thing you need to do is go to base 64 encoder, and there's a lot of them. I did a quick search, and base 64 encode is perfect. What you're going to do is come here, and you're going to take first, let's go look at the docs real quick. If we go to authentication, and it shows you right here, so you're going to have authorization, basic, login, password. And so we're going to come back over here and we're going to say your login. And so I'm going to say my login is fred@gmail.com. Then no spaces, nothing else, and then your password. And the password is going to be a series, something like this. And once you have this, and of course, you'll get the password from here. If you no longer see it, send it to yourself by email. Once you have these two things, come right down here and click encode. And you will end up with a base 64 encoding that looks like this. We're going to copy that. We're going to need this. Next, let's go to N8N. Now here is a sample N8N automation that will just show you the fields that you will need and what a request will look like. Now, if you're in my community, you can get this JSON and all the information is part of the community. If you're not, I'm going to go slow enough. I'm going to give you a time to take a screenshot, take that to OpenAI or Anthropic, get the information and fill it in. But I'm going to show you what it looks like, okay? And I will also give you the links. So this first one, this is going to be a set field. And when you click on it, you're going to set it to manual mapping. And you need to have 5 inputs. Now, normally these would be dynamic, okay? But in this case, this is just an example. If you've done any automations, you know how to take the dynamic field and drop it in. Primary keyword, location, language, limit, and depth. So take a second, screenshot that. This is what the object will look like right here. And when we move this forward to our API request, we should see these 5 fields, and these will be used in a second. You need to create a post. Here is the URL from DataForSEO, and this particular one is related keywords live. I'll post that in the YouTube description as well, so you won't have any problem with there. Then I'm going to show you the JSON. And this is the JSON right here. Go ahead and grab a screenshot of that. And this is the JSON that has to be sent to DataForSEO. And then what you will do is your 5 fields here, you will replace those here where they're dynamic. I'll give you one more second. Okay, great. And so you'll just screenshot that, take it to one of the AI tools with Vision, tell it to give it to you in words, take that, copy and paste it here. The last thing that you're going to do is set up your credentials. So first, your authentication, is going to be generic credential type. You'll have several choices. Well, you're going to choose generic. For generic auth type, you're going to choose header auth. And again, you'll have a bunch of options, but you'll go with header auth. Then for header auth, you're going to come right here and you're going to say create a new credential. So we'll click that. The first thing that you have to do here is type authorization. Authorization. And if you get confused on that, you can come back over here and it does give you an example. Authorization. And then on the second line, and I'm going to show you a little shortcut for this, what you're going to do is type basic, capital B, then all lowercase, ASIC, space, and you're going to paste your base 64. And then you're going to click this back to fixed so that it's hidden and click save. Before you save it, I would say name it because header auth account is really not very useful. I would say something like data for SEO. I'm going to say test because I have another one. So, and then I would save that. And once it's saved, then I can connect to it right here. And that's what it should say right here. Now we're going to run this as an example, but I'm going to use my real account, which I call DataForSEO Auth, and let you see what it looks like. The trigger is simply going to set these variables, and then it's going to run. Okay, so let's say execute, and it ran. And notice here, so there's our 5. Here's our JSON that's being returned. Make sure it says send body JSON using JSON. I can't remember if I said that, but send body JSON using JSON. Include the array of JSON here, and this is what your output will look like. And it will give you all kinds of information about your keywords, and the ones that you're probably most interested in are things like SERP information, and down here somewhere, related keywords, a ton of information that comes from DataForSEO, and rather than a few $100s per month, it's about 4 cents per run. So I hope this helps you out. Like I said, if you're interested in this kind of content, when you want the blueprints, my community link will be in the description, but otherwise just take the screenshots. It will all work. Leave a message if you have any questions. We'll get back to it. It's kind of confusing, but it's really not that hard. And if you like this kind of content, if you would please like, subscribe, and I appreciate it. Have a great day. Happy automating.